Hello guys, today I want us to learn about power and interface cables, and I've come up with a small theme or a good theme, um, and our theme is advancing computer literacy from simple, and we are going to complex. So I want us to start with what we are going to learn in power and interface cables, and we are going to learn about power cable. Shall also learn about parallel cable, serial cables, the VGA cables, HDMI cables, USB cables, the FireWire, and so many other cables that we intend to learn about. We shall also look at what we call basic computer setup and cabling, and we shall look at connecting basic computer components and also connecting other computer peripherals. Let's start with the very first, power and interface symbols. Dear viewer, I've shown the various interfaces and ports. The first one being power connector, that is where we connect the power supply cable. PSC2, where we connect the keyboard or even the mouse. Serial COM port, that's where we connect the serial cable. The VGA port, where we connect the VGA cable. We also have the USB ports. In USB ports, we fix an assorted cables. We can fix the mouse, the keyboard, even speakers, and so many other things. We have the microphone jack, whereby we put the microphone cable, the audio jack, and the line jack. They are the four sounds. You also have the modem ports. We have expansion slots. We have the Ethernet LAN port, and so many other parallel ports. They are there. The power supply, cooling fans. So I have shown it very well, every port where it is supposed to be. In the next thing that we are going to look at is power and interface cables. Let's start by looking at these cables one by one. The first one, power cable. It is a primary cable that provides power to the computer, and this is the photo. That's the picture of a power cable. Then number two, parallel cable. It transmits information simultaneously using a set of 8 conductors or wires. For this reason, it's called an 8-bit parallel cable. Originally, it was designed for sending information to printers or scanners. That is the reason why they are sometimes referred to as line printer terminal, LPT. That's the photo. Serial cable, they are sometimes referred to as communication ports. It transmits data 1 bit by bit, hence making it slower than parallel cable. It is more reliable since it can send data to a device 15 meters away. Actually, that's a major difference between the parallel cable and the serial cable. These are the photos of a serial cable and a serial port. They are clearly shown there. Number 4, we look at universal serial bus, commonly known as USB. It is a common interface that enables communication between devices and a computer. It provides a high speed and a quality data transmission over long distances. Let's see the photo of a USB. So you can see it's a bit unique. It provides high speed quality data transmission. And another thing, over a long distance. That's the photo of a USB. Actually, you are conversant with those USB cables. Video graphics array, it connects the screen or monitor to the computer. And here we go. We have the VGA cable and the VGA connectors well displayed there. My dear viewer, we go to number 6, high definition multimedia interface, commonly known as HDMI. It's the newest cable for transmitting data from a computer to a projector, a TV, or other monitors that you may think about. Actually, HDMI, currently the machines that are coming, they are coming with other HDMI ports. Yeah, high definition multimedia interface. That's the photo of a HDMI cable. Number 7, Firewire interface. A Firewire can stream data in both directions at the same time, as opposed to a USB. It is also called IEEE, used primarily for adding peripheral devices to a computer. Look at that. It can stream data in both directions, forward and backwards. It's unique. Firewire, that's the photo. It's clearly shown there. Number 8, audio cable and interface. Audio cable and interface. Audio interface are used to connect speakers and microphones. That's the photo of an audio cable. If you look at number 6, 7, and 8, you shall see that number 6, we have the microphone port. 7, we have the audio port, and 8, we have the line in. There are other ports there, actually, like 1 for coaxial SPDF, 2 for the fiber optic, 3 for the rear channel, and 4 for the slide. Let's go to number 9, Bluetooth wireless interface. It's a technology used to enable short-range wireless communication between electronic devices. Bluetooth operates on radio frequencies. Bluetooth wireless interface, there's that cable that you can see there. The next thing that you're going to look at, basic computer setup and cabling. Under this, we shall learn about connecting basic computer components, and we shall also look at connecting other computer peripherals. We start with the first one, connecting basic computer components. Under this, we shall look at tools and other requirements used in setup. So which tools do we require? We require a power tester. Power tester is for testing whether different areas have power. We have tweezers for picking small things, screwdriver, crimpers, pliers. We also have anti-static wrist member. It's worn on the wrist, and then the clip is clipped at the metallic part of the system unit to discharge any electrons that may have built up on your hands. After that, we shall also look at the next thing that you're going to look at. We shall also look at peripheral. Let's read this. Peripheral devices are connected to the computer through ports and interfaces, while internal devices are connected to the computer through sockets and slots. Internal components of a computer. Let's look at the internal components of a computer. The first one, you have the PCI. Then we have the CMOS, the complementary metal oxide semiconductor backup battery. Then you have at the back there, you can see different ports that you have just looked at. There's the PCS2, we have for the mouse and the keyboard. We also have the VGA, the parallel, we have the USB, you have the sound ports, that is the microphone, the line in, also the speaker. There are so many there. So there are two major ways of mounting a fixed drive. The first one is called SATA. SATA simply stands for Serial Advanced Technology Attachment. It's the most recent technology that supports hot swapping. What is hot swapping? This is a question that may be asked. It simply means that a hard disk can be removed or even attached to the motherboard when the computer is still on. When the computer is still on. The second way is EIDE, standing for Enhanced Integrated Device Electronics. It's a standard interface designed for IBM PC compatible computers. Step-by-step guide on how to install a hard disk on a SATA. The first one, open the casing of the computer. Number 2, locate the hard drive mount. Number 3, plug in the SATA cable in the hard disk. Number 4, plug in the SATA cable in the motherboard. Number 5, confirm hard disk was correctly installed. And number 6, the last one, is format the hard disk if it's the first time in use. Next, we look at the frequently asked questions in this subtopic. What questions do we look at? Define the following terms. Ports. What is a port? If you are asked what is a port, what should you say? That it is a special kind of socket found at the back of a computer used to connect an external peripheral device such as a printer, monitor, mouse, scanner, modem, flash disk, etc. to the interface cards inside the computer. So that's the definition of a port. The next thing, we look at data interface cable. What does it mean? These are special cables that connect all the peripheral devices to the motherboard and the CPU. What's a power cable? A power cable is a cable that supplies electrical power to electronic devices. Let's look at the second question. And the second question is state the function of the power supply unit found in the system unit. The first one, it supplies stable power to the motherboard and other internal devices of a computer. Number 2, it converts alternating current into steady direct current that is required by the internal parts of a computer. Number 3, name any 2 peripheral devices which get their power supply through ports, keyboard, mouse, and speakers. Number 4, state the type of port that would commonly be used to connect the following devices: mouse, serial or USB port, modem, serial port, CD drive or printers and scanners, parallel port, monitor or LCD projector, HDMI or VGA. Explain 2 differences between serial and parallel communication ports of a computer. Serial ports have 9 pins, where parallel ports have holes for 9 or 25 pins. Parallel cables transmit several bits of data simultaneously, while serial cables transmit 1 bit at a time. The third one, serial cables are slower than parallel cables. Then the fourth one, look at the fourth one, which is very distinct. Serial cable allows for two-way communication, two-way, to and from, while parallel cables has only one-way communication only. Next, give 2 major advantages of a USB cable over other cables in the computer. The first one, it provides faster transmission of high quality data. Number 2, it easily connects to devices over a long distance away. And number 3, the USB ports can be used to connect a wide range of peripheral devices due to its common universal interface. Number 7, outline 3 precautions one should take when assembling a computer. 1, disconnect all drivers from the power source before starting to work on them. Number 2, never work alone because you may need help in ease or in lack of energy. Lastly, discharge antistatic electricity that might have built up on the hands by touching an earthed metallic object, or by wearing what we called an antistatic wrist. Remember, my dear viewers, we've come to the end of our lesson, and for more education videos, please subscribe to my YouTube account. Then for the next lesson, we shall learn about classification of software. Thank you. Have a blessed day.